Hello, everybody. We are here. It's Submerge Universe Cast Reunion Part 3. Where's that? 3. Here we go. 3. Yeah. We are excited to be here. I'm trying to get some things tuned up here. I want to make sure we are still good on Facebook. One moment. Oh, yeah. Awesome. So, I am Demetrius, Witherspoon-Writer, producer, and director of the Submerge Universe franchise. And we are super excited to be here with more of the talented cast from all 5 movies. And first, I would like to introduce Larry Jones. Larry Jones came on as our stunt coordinator and also fight choreographer, and every other man. He was different characters in the background in there, but also just running things. And if you see fight scenes happening, Larry Jones was there for Naru Reborn on up. And next, I would like Next, I'd like to introduce Paisley. Paisley, she plays General Luma, and you'll find her in Submerge Echo 51. Hello, Paisley.
Hi. How are you?
It's good to have you. It's good to have you on here. And next, yeah. Next, we have Grace Kelly. She is new to the Submerge Universe. We've had her come on because she is going to be playing LYTE in Submerge Galaxy of Subversion. And we have some other big news that Grace Kelly is coming on to the animated series Submerge Craig Conquest, playing the character LYTE for the series. So we like to welcome Grace Kelly to the Submerge Universe.
Welcome, Grace.
Hi. It was Amy.
Hey, we got Amy back.
Yeah, Amy's there.
We're
coming. All right. So first of all, I want to get from you guys how you got involved with Submerge Universe, and was it through auditions or what have you? And so we'll start with Paisley. We'll start with Paisley.
I remember there was an audition, so I drove down to Indy to the audition and read for a few different characters. And I remember, you guys had to refresh my memory, when I was probably about 5 to 10 minutes after I drove away, y'all called me back, and that was when I read for General Luma. So it was a fun audition. I had fun.
Yeah. Sorry, hold on for a second. I'm sorry. Amy Thompson is in the house, everybody. Amy, we are so happy to have you. Amy Thompson plays Lieutenant Nova. She is, Kathleen Lacey to General Luma, Paisley, in the film Submerge Echo 51. So are you there, Amy? All right, she's coming. All right. Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you, and we'll come back around to you in a second here. All right, next. Oh yeah, no problem. Paisley, did you? Let's talk about that for a second. You said that we called you back. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Come on, Amy. So, Amy, what we're doing, we're talking about how everybody started with the Submerge Universe and how you got on board. And so with Paisley, it's just funny sitting behind the desk and you see everybody performing and you're like, oh, she's really got it, you know. And when you went out of the room, we was like, man, she's really got it. And I think it was Bishop Stevens, because he was in there too. He said, well, y'all better get her because she's got a long drive back home. I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and just, because we know what it is, and have you audition for, you know, one other part just to make sure, and you hit it on the nose for sure.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun getting to see everybody, and I actually thought that was kind of funny. I got about 10 minutes away, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll come back.
Yeah, yeah, we called you on the phone. Yeah.
And that was my foray into Submerge Echo 51, the universe of Submerge.
Right. Because let's see, now we had you read for one other person, right?
Yeah, I can't remember all the. There was a couple different characters I read for.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to say. I don't know if I read for Liz or not, but I do know it was a couple different characters.
Yeah.
And then one with Bishop, like his right-hand girl, something like that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, his little sergeant or something. And then,
yes.
And then after I was done, I got about 10 minutes away and I got the phone call. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come on back. And then read for General Luma. And I'm actually really happy. I really love that character. That's one of my favorite characters that I've played in movies that I've done. That's really one of my favorites. Thanks to Larry's fight choreography.
Yes. Well, most definitely that segues into introducing Larry and getting his feedback on how he got into the Submerge Universe.
Well, I think I came and read for Raz to begin with, and you
Bishop's character,
right?
Lord Raz.
And you didn't like you wasn't thrilled with the voice, and now you understand where the voice originated from.
Yeah.
My alias wrestling persona, and so after the fact, you asked me if I wanted to do the fight choreography for the shows, and I said yeah. So I brought my training from wrestling and martial arts and everything to the Submerge Universe, and now I get to teach everybody how to beat everybody up.
Yes, you sure do. You sure do.
So yeah, I enjoy doing it. It's challenging because what I try to do is not only fit the scene and the character to the fight scene, but I try to put that actor and or actress's skill level into that fight scene. If they're good at martial arts, if they're good at boxing, if they're good at being a ballerina, gymnast, I try to implement that because that's going to bring out the talents of that actor or actress and make it look better for them on screen. And if they look better on screen, the production looks better and the movie's better.
Yeah, and that was good. Because originally, like with Shauna and Silvio, who originally was going to play 51 until he had to leave out. We went to a karate dojo or gym and worked out the whole fight scenes and everything, and he was trained through the military, and then Shauna had some little training. So going from that and then working with somebody that never had, like Brad, he talked about it on the last show, he had never done fight choreography before, and
he had never been in a fight before. How do you go through your whole life and not get in a fight as a person? Especially a man.
I don't know.
And when he came out to do it, I had just came out of shoulder surgery, and so I had to, because Paisley, who was going, Shauna that was supposed to be working with him could not get back here to train. So he ended up training with a stand-in that was a 6'1" male that was 200 and some pounds. So it was completely opposite of what he was going to be working with. And at some points of it, I had to put myself in there, which I wasn't supposed to, but hey, it came out and it looked good. To get the scene done. But Brad, thank goodness, picked up everything very quickly. He did a great job, and it came out good. So I was pleased.
Awesome. Well, you know, there was a lot of things, like you said, even with that. And I think when we were doing Nairi Reborn, the place where we were going to do the final big fight, here comes a band coming. And I'm just like, it's not even time for people to come yet. Because I checked with the park to see if anybody was using that location. And then here comes a band setting up, you know, drums and everything. And we have the big crane camera down there and everybody ready. And the dude would not move anything. So hilarious when you had to recreate the fight scene somewhere else. And I just, I hated to say that, but he's like, whatever you need to do. And that's when you had, I think you had gotten poison ivy. Yeah,
yeah, but you know, the actors that was involved in that scene was able to adapt to the change because they had rehearsed that scene, and they had rehearsed that scene with the props that was stationary props that we were using. So when we changed the scene, we had to change the whole area, but we were still able to implement the kicks and the drops and the rolls and into a completely different area, and everybody adapted to it very quickly. And that was good because everybody was easy to say, okay, you got to change this. Let's get it rolling. And everybody moved it and did great.
Yeah, they did. Well, we're gonna come back to some more fight scenes and everything because we're doing some amazing things to fight choreography scenes going at the same time on some locations. So, so Grace Kelly, how did you get into the Submerge universe? Let's see. Hold on. You're muted. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Well, let me figure that out. I'm gonna come back around. All right. Hey, Amy. So, talk about how you got into the Submerge universe. All right, we got some technical.
Well, I seen an audition. Oh. I'm not sure. Wanted to audition, and I actually auditioned for, I think, Liz first. And so I came out on for, and which was a lot of fun. And then they had me do another part that day, read for another part. And then the next day I got a phone call asking me to come back and read for another part. So I think in total I auditioned for 4 different parts and then ended up getting Lieutenant Nova, which I absolutely love and had so much fun doing. So, yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you, Grace. I can hear you.
Yay! Sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. No worries. Yeah. Quick thing on that, Amy. You know, actually, I wrote that other part for you because we didn't originally have that character, and I really like what you did and everything. And I was like, man, you know, Paisley already took General Luma, and you know we had some other things already filled. But I was like, I really like you wowed us. That's the word. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to make General Luma extra, you know, sidekick. But you was more than a sidekick. You took a bullet for her. So, um, and so that's how we came up with Lieutenant Nova. So we're happy to have you.
Yeah, and I'm
All
glad
right.
you did. I really love that character. Thank you.
Yeah, and you know, to see you guys on film together was nice. And you know, I like to put those characters in a comic book somewhere. So look out for that. It's going to happen.
Well, it's kind of nice too, Amy, because while we were waiting to shoot, we were sitting on the couch. Remember that? And we started bonding. Like we were sharing life stories that we had similar in common. So by the time it came for her death scene, I was very emotional. I really love you and loved your character. So it was just,
That'd be great.
you know, it really, I feel like it was just a very good experience because I got to work with you and work very closely in that setting. So it was good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Grace Kelly.
Yeah.
Hi.
I love you.
So your experience coming on board to
I had heard about the project
Right.
from a mutual friend, Bishop Stevens, and I reached out to you, and you're like, "All right, well, we're having an audition for LYTE. Why don't you, you know, come up? I think I have to go up, so it's north. Come up and give it a shot." So I came and I read. Probably one of the most emotional audition scenes that I had. I was working with Grace Carlton. So once we started working on that together, we were crying and tears were coming down, and I was like, "Don't look at me. I gotta finish the rest of the scene." But it was really good, really powerful. It was a great time. You guys had asked me to stay, and I had been the last one throughout the day, and I was like, "I don't think they asked anyone else to stay. Is that good? I don't know. Either it's really good or really bad. It's all or nothing." So I was really excited. Told me that, you know, you wanted me for the role, and we really started talking about the character and who LYTE was. And I had read the series, the book. So I was just over the moon. I think I called my mom on the way home. You know, I told her about it on the way up, and then another 2 hours of telling her how I got it on the way back. I was very excited.
well, you know, it was awesome to have you come do that. I was very impressed that you had you sent me a picture with you holding up the novel that was written by John F. Allen of the Submerge Echo 51. And I was just like, man, she is really learning the character, you know, and I mean, that's a good place to start because not only the movie, but then you have the novel that tells that background. And so I think we can show your audition. I think we should do that and show everybody why we brought you on as LYTE, because it's going to be, when we bring the movie back, it's like 5 to 8 years later in the series. So let's take a look at that. Give me 1 second. All right. We're going to share audio. All right. Let's take a look at that. Here we go. Just making sure. Can everybody see it? Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Hair
make
longer.
that big screen. So we were at the box. Oh, okay. Let's just play this and then we'll talk about it.
We're speeding.
Whenever you were in.
These coordinates. They put the team way too close to the facility. Mary, no, you're not. I am tired of being stuck on the ship. They are down there alone without us, and you know I know. I'm not helpless. Trance is down there on that planet. Sense him needing me more than ever. Don't try to stop me, Harry. You're thinking very unclearly. You know you have to wait till the team finishes their job. If it was you, you would do the same thing. You would not wait. Stop. Stop. I will shoot you. Open the document. No. Do it! I'm sorry, but I have to do this.
Cut.
Okay. Stop sharing. All right. Can everybody see that and hear it?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What you didn't see was me coming back going, dang it, Grace. Stop. Like you couldn't see her face, but it was like utter betrayal, like devastation. I was like, dang, girl.
Yeah, yeah. So that was Grace Carlton, who plays Liz, doing the audition with you, going through the lines. And it was a powerful piece. I really like what you brought to the table on that. And so what did everybody else think?
I know
It was really good.
That
Yeah.
was good.
Thanks.
So we're super excited to have you coming on to Galaxy of Subversion, which we were going to do as a feature film, but now it's going to be a series because of social media and the way streaming is happening now. It's going to be much viable for viewers. They'll be able to come back in and check everything out. So, and that'll give us enough time to, because we have an epic story that's going to be happening in Submerge Galaxy of Subversion. And after this Facebook Live, I will show a new teaser that we have for that. We only showed it at Gen Con 2 years ago. So we do have a little teaser for the Galaxy of Subversion that only people that came to Gen Con got to see. So the one other thing that we always talk about, because my thoughts were not only having you guys come on to be for the videos and in the movies and things like that, but also to come to the conventions. And I'd like to hear about some of your experiences and the people that you've met at the conventions. And Paisley, we'll start with you.
I guess I've been to a couple of them. I've always had fun at them. I don't think we ever really got to be in costume and makeup, except the one at the box where it was me, Amy, Brad. I think it was us three. Was anybody else there? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. But that was the only time I remember that we actually were in full costume and makeup. The other times we went to the booths and we got to talk to people and talk about the franchise and kind of introduce ourselves and stuff. And I always thought it was fun, you know, getting to meet people and talk to them and stuff. Because, you know, a lot of people seem really interested in independent filmmakers now. You know, I think Hollywood's kind of lost its flair, its favor, because you know, really the only thing you see is reboots or superhero movies. And independent filmmakers, they have more creativity. Like, you're not hindered by being micromanaged by a studio, Demetrius. You're able to create your own universe the way you want to. And a lot of people really appreciate that. You know, that's why I think it's really important to get out there and meet some of these people, because, you know, we can introduce them to independent filmmakers. You know, I always see people on, I don't know, social media, you know, complaining that there's nothing original out there. Well, there is. We just have to introduce you to it. So I always have fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I lost everybody on my end for a second. I don't know if everybody else. Okay. All right. So, yeah, this, you know, with the conventions and things, you just never know who you're going to meet. And people remember that, you know. I was
you
on
know what? I've actually gotten acting jobs from networking at conventions with other filmmakers. So there's that side of it too.
Yeah. And I know Jerry Beasley, he met a producer, or actually an agency out of LA that was at Starbase Indy here. And when we did, well, you were there, Paisley, on one of the days.
I was there a different day than him, though.
Yeah. But yeah, you never know who you're gonna meet, but also the fans really enjoy it, and they come on, you know, with excitement, because they're getting into the series, and this thing is always growing because there's always new fans coming in, and the first thing they want to do is start at the beginning and work their way up. So it's been an awesome thing. Larry, how about you?
Yeah, I've come to a lot of conventions. I think me and my wife was there and selling the merchandise and talking about the movie, and she's not even involved in it. But that just goes to show the kind of support that you have, and the belief and the support of the actors and actresses that is involved in the Submerge world. Some conventions I can't make due to my outside activities and everything on my other persona, but the ones that I can make, I enjoy being able to be there, and at some point, hopefully my professional wrestling persona comes into the world of Submerge.
Well, you know what? We've been talking about that. At least in the comic books, we've been talking about bringing Bad Blood into the comic books on a few pages on the end. So I think fans will really love that. And so, yeah, we can make that happen. We're going to make that happen.
I think merging Submerge and bringing in the professional wrestling world, I think that would open up a big market, because look at how many fans, people like Dwayne Johnson and Batista, and some of them that have came from the world of professional wrestling into acting, have brought along with them, that are now fans of various movies.
You're right. You know, and with the internet and everything else, social media, anything is possible anymore. So I don't rule anything out at all. Amy Thompson, how about you?
Oh, I have so much fun when we go to conventions. We go to them before we even got involved with Submerge. So we enjoyed that, seeing the people in their costumes and all of that. And then going with the Submerge and seeing everybody when they come by, whether they know it or not, they're so interested when you start talking to them and telling them a little bit about the universe and how far it's come, where it started. And they've even had ideas like, ooh, you should try this. But I think my favorite is after watching a group watch the film and seeing their reaction to it, and then hearing them outside after, they've watched it and did the Q&A, and then you'd hear them, they'd bring people back to the booth. We just watched this, you really need to buy this and see this. And they're so hyped up, which makes you hyped up. So I think it's really cool to get to be a part of the audience experiencing it for the first time.
For sure. And you just never know who has been in the audience too, because it might not be that time, but it'll be next time. Like when I started, we had a big group at Gen Con, and so one fan was like, so in episode 2, when this happened and everything, and I was just like, wow, this thing is somebody is now really looking and watching and enjoying this, So it's just a really a cool experience to see that from fans. So Larry,
Yes.
We got your information. Let's go to Grace. Grace has a whole thing that she was able to do.
Yeah, I actually got to dress up as LYTE for the conventions, and it's a 3-hour paint job. It takes a while. Eating is interesting because the paint does come off your hands, so you need a lot of help. Fortunately, I had amazing people supporting me, so I was able to get liquids and food. I had to dodge people a lot because they would rub up against me and they'd have paint, which I thought was hysterical. I'm like, sorry. But because it's very crowded. It was a Gen Con, so it was very crowded. But it was pretty amazing. Everybody was just so like, who's your character? What is it? I'm like, I'm LYTE from the Submerge Universe. Have you not heard of me? A couple people like, are you Gamora? I'm like, who is this woman? I will fight her. Like, I am LYTE. I'm from the Submerge Universe. That was like my segue into promoting like what our projects, what we're doing. I'm like, she got red hair. I'm Stark. We're different people. But it was just a lot of fun, and everyone just seemed very excited, very interested in what we had going on. They hadn't heard or seen something like this before, so they all found it very interesting. Had really good feedback after our Q&A sessions, and they would see the film. I just had a great time. It was great energy. People were very excited. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think it's so important. I know, like, we haven't had you in the movie yet, but this is pre-production or pre-promotion of what's coming, and there's so many other things that you'll be in, and not too many actors get that, get that kind of time to be at conventions and things like that before they even, especially independent. Let me say that, independent-wise level. Having that opportunity like that, and it was fun to see the reaction from people. Let's see, okay, so that was just last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we had planned to also do this year, but unfortunately with COVID, we had to change plans. Yep.
I'm getting my years all mixed up with everything going on. Yeah, I really liked that you guys held down the fort. All of you guys, if I wasn't able to make it in that time or I had to go to other panels, you guys just, were there for the fans and everybody. Grace, I got so sick. I missed 3 days of Gen Con. A lot of people don't know, but you guys were holding it down that day. I was so upset. You came in to get painted, and I was just fortunate that Curtis had went with you guys to video your experiences and the fans reacting to you as LYTE, and also Rachel Madison and as 51X, Jerry Beasley as Killgun, and then Cassandra was there. I think she came through, yeah. So, you know, I really appreciate y'all's support.
Absolutely.
So, with what were your favorite things about each one of your characters that you would like to see explored a little bit more? I will start with Paisley.
Well, I read the book, so there's like a pretty big backstory. And I think Nova, your character was expanded in the book and stuff. I almost would like to explore that from the book. I still have the book. I go home and I'm home now. I just think I'll read it again tonight. I kind of wanted to see Nova and Luma's relationship explored. You know, that friendship that they have, because I think the universe is a lot of it has to do with the friendships that the characters form with each other, not just the villains. And you know, it's always nice when there's strong female characters, you know, that not just, you know, doing fight scenes, but that they have that bond and everything, like you're doing with Liz and LYTE. You know, that's kind of something nice that you've been exploring with different characters and stuff.
Yeah. And most definitely, that was a little bit explored in the book, but to see that relationship and like you said, not only friendship but family, I think that's something that I've tried to carry through the whole series, and how important family is, mother and daughter relationships, and you know, the loss of sometimes a mother, and how they deal with that to come out stronger on the other side through this difficult situation. So started with Nairi and her daughter, and then LYTE and her mother, and you know, that's kind of a running theme throughout. So yeah. Amy, how about you?
I agree with Paisley that the bond that the two have, I like that even though she's not family as far as blood, she's all I have. And even though there wasn't a build up to why we were that way, the fact that, you know, Nova was willing to give her life to protect her. You know, this is my job and I'm happy to do it because I love her. And so I love that on screen. And then the behind the scenes favorite was the blue screen. For the first time ever using something like that was really cool. Yeah. And it took a minute, but I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah. You know, we were really trying to push the limits of working with the green screens and everything, and trying to figure out, okay, you know, they're going to be using these different monitors, you know, and where you're going to put your finger and everything, so we can make sure that matched up. And I think what we did, Bart Willard, who was kind of our visual effects guy on set, he drew up on a piece of paper, poster board, so just hold it up so you could see where to push the buttons and stuff like that off the side of the camera. Yeah. And but that really turned out really good with the editing and everything. So you guys did an awesome job. And the crew was amazing, working with Nate Savage and his team. it was really good to have them on board, and so many people. We had close to, I don't know, probably 50 to 60 people at some time or another on set, especially when we were out at the campgrounds. So that was an awesome time. I'm glad somebody videoed it because it was a blur to me, almost to a sense. So, Larry, can you talk about some of the fight scenes, like for Echo 51? Working with Paisley, you guys turned out a really good scene there.
Well, I knew Paisley was pretty athletic from working with her on other projects, and it just happened that I had an ideal in mind of what I wanted to have her do, and unfortunately, like I said, because of the surgery that I had, I could not actually step in to assist on her doing the stunt. So I brought in the next best thing that I've worked with and trained with for a long time, my son, who is I'm 5'9" and 212, and he's 6'4" and 250 pounds. So he assisted her in running up the side of a fallen tree and doing a flip to flip him around and make it look like she snapped the soldier's neck all in one motion. And they worked on it, and I think in the film it came out amazing. I think everybody involved did a great job. When they filmed it, they captured it at every angle to make that flow perfectly, and I personally was pleased with it. I hope everybody that saw that scene in the film enjoyed it as well. And then working with Wes Sims of the UFC, who played the creature, it was fun to get to work with him and get that scene down. Not only his fighting, but when she eventually murders him, kills him. Let's see.
Yeah. And yeah, it was awesome working with Wes. And if you haven't seen it yet, come get Submerge. Go to Submerge Universe on Facebook, or also go to Amazon Prime and watch Echo 51, and you'll be able to see what Larry and everyone really worked hard on to do. And you can also go to our streaming service, Submerge Universe TV.com. Okay, so all the films.
Go ahead.
Yeah, all the films we're putting it on there. I think we still got to put Echo 51 on there, but all the films are on there, and we're about to put the comic books on there, so you can be able to look at the comic books. So it's going to be a regular DC kind of like thing, streaming, all submerged. So stay tuned for that. What was you going to say, Larry?
I think Amy and Paisley also did an amazing job at the back part of the almost empty Washington Square Mall when we did the scene where they was fighting the two soldiers who, like I said, one was my son, the other one wound up being my nephew, and I think they beat him up very well. It was nice to see them kick their butts, really.
That I accidentally kicked in the family duels a couple times because I'm 5'2" and like he's really tall. I got nuts, but he was a good 4. I think.
Hey, they needed to be kicked there, so hey. I think their spouses thanked you for that off screen.
Awesome. Yeah, that was an amazing time.
I remember that. You felt so bad.
That's why we got insurance. Yeah. That was important.
I remember watching Paisley run up that tree, and I paused it. I was like, "Did you just see that?" And I rewound it, and I watched it like 3 times in a row, like boom, boom, boom. I was like, that's hours of work. I was like, it took 30 seconds, but that was hours of work. I'm telling you. And then I watched the rest. But I did immediately stop it and then like rewind it to see it again because it was just amazing. I loved every second of it. It was good.
Thank you. Yeah, she did. I think everybody involved in that sequence did a great job, and we were so blessed to actually have the tree laying the way it was for that scene, for it to come off as well as it did.
See, what I thought you had scouted the tree first and then wrote the scene. That's not how it played out.
Actually, I talked to Demetrius, and he told me about a fallen tree because I had that envision of you doing that scene. And I said, is there a place where there's a big fallen tree? And he says, well, yeah, there's like an open area and everything, and there's a big fallen tree. And I said, well, this is what I want to do. And Demetrius looked at me and just shook his head and goes, all right, if you think you can make it happen. And I said, oh, yeah, I got the right people. I can make it happen.
Yeah.
And you guys did a great job. Amazing.
Really did. Really did.
It's about you, Larry, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's fun to see people watch that and they gasp when they see that happening and everything in that one scene. So it's like, yeah, that worked. It worked.
Mm-hmm.
So Grace, can you talk a little bit? You know, we not only had you come on board, but we went on and started, before we went to the conventions and things, started doing a makeup test with you. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Oh my gosh, that was a lot of fun. I mean, you know, Julia, she's freaking fantastic. She's an amazing makeup artist. She tried all kinds of different stuff, made sure I wasn't allergic to things. I don't know. It was just a fun day of talking with everybody and getting the idea of how we wanted LYTE to look. And at the end, I was very happy. As soon as I put in the contacts, I was like, boom, she's here. Okay, right there. There it is. Because she has white eyes, you know, and I thought it came together really, really well. And then after that, we went and did a photo shoot to see how the makeup turned out with all the lights and camera equipment and things like that. And it was really great.
Yeah, we were, I was so excited to see it come all together because where she's going to be in this new series, the point she's going to be in the state, it worked very well, you know, because this will be our first time really around a lot of people since she was a kid, and to see the dynamics of the relationships that she has now with the whole crew of the Ujima and Liz, I'm just excited to see that. So when we was able to get the makeup on and everything, I was like, there she is again. You know, it's like LYTE is just amazing. So I appreciate you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No,
I'm really
go ahead.
excited to see how she, you know, she's been alone for so long. How is she going to integrate with this crew? She doesn't know how to be around other people or how to communicate with other people well. So I'm really excited to see that. I'm really excited to see if she has any family members that survived. Like, did her mother actually die? I don't know. Did her brother just get vaporized? She doesn't know, but she assumes so. So, you know, there's just so many exciting things I want to see for LYTE to happen. You know, what does her future entail? You know, is her best friend Liz, you know, how does that friendship work out? Because I can see them butting heads so easily because they're both very strong-willed women, you know. I don't know. There's just so much happening, and I can't wait to see it evolve and grow. Watch her grow specifically. I'm very excited about that.
Me too. I'm screaming on the inside.
Also,
Yay.
she doesn't have white eyes as a kid, but she's got white eyes after being on a nuked and radiated planet. And I'm like, something's changed. Something like, is it just physical? So many questions.
Yeah, yeah.
That I'm really looking forward to like understanding and seeing. And I was flipping through the book, pausing the movie, like, does she have white eyes? Is this in this? She does it. And I got really excited.
No.
So
Well, first of all, I just couldn't afford getting contacts from the young LYTE. That was the one thing. The other thing is, I was like, that works because actually her eyes was like getting adjusted. And so I think in the book or in our notes, she could see different spectrums with the way her eyes turned. And then it also signifies some other things which we will be learning later. So yes, there's a lot about LYTE and her family. So hopefully, I don't know, one day maybe we can get the prequel to that turned into an animated film, or I can expand it off into the comics also off of that. So there's so many possibilities. It's such a good time to be a creative, not only for film but also for getting your creative work out there, and it's nothing else like it, for sure. So, Larry, when you were at the convention, like you were saying, you guys represented so much, because I think the very first convention that I didn't go to, and it was the first time I ever had a little booth, you and your wife worked the booth, and you sent me back pictures, and I was just like so jealous because you had fans holding up mugs and T-shirts, and I was like, wow, I mean, they really got into it.
I could probably find a way to promote just about anything. And I have a way of getting people excited about things that I do or I'm involved with. And that's why I enjoy going to them conventions and doing some of the other stuff that I do, because I do have a way of reaching out and connecting with people, whether it's fans or, other actors and actresses, or just, the general public. Because the thing that you got to do is get them to not only be for you to be excited about it, but you got to get them excited about it. Even if they don't know anything about it, you have to explain it enough where they cannot wait to jump into that world, whether it's the movies, the professional wrestling, anything, weightlifting. If you've got an empty bag and you can convince somebody owning that empty bag is the best thing in the world for them, somebody's going to want that empty bag. And that's what you got to do when you go to conventions. You got to sell yourself and the product that you're pushing and promoting. You got to make them believe that that is the best thing going today, and their lives are going to be completely better if they're part of it.
Right. And they are. And people do. They come right back around. It's like, what you got this time? And there's so many people that follow us around. They come out. They're waiting for us. And that's why I love that we have that opportunity for all of you guys to be able to experience that. Because it's one thing just doing a film, which is cool. You're doing your film, you're acting, and you see it online somewhere. Okay, that's cool. But now, going to conventions, you are physically face to face with someone that has seen your work, and they're letting you know in some way, somehow, that it's touched them, and that they enjoy what you do. And so, I think that's the biggest reward than money or anything else on that. So, looks like Amy. She'll probably come back through. So super excited about what's coming up. Submerge Blue Star, which is the fifth film in the series. What we did was, originally, I just wanted to film some actors and do, to keep my chops up. And then I was like, well, why not write another story? And I wanted to see what was going on with Nairi and her daughter, and really expand and go in deeper about the Craig Empire. So that's so it actually will fit between Nairi Reborn and Echo 51. So that's going to be out in December. We're tightening up some of the video effects and everything. Larry, you did the fight choreography on Blue Star, and one of the hallway scenes that we worked on, that was an amazing time. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, I believe there was a Marvel TV series that you wanted to somewhat make a hallway fight scene, and you found a hallway for us to do it in, and we were kind of limited on some of the soldiers that was involved, so we had to alternate soldiers being killed a few times. So I guess they were killing zombie soldiers. But anyway, they we got the fight scene done, and then the very last scene, we wanted to put some kind of pop into it. So we added where I don't want to give too much away. Let's say they go through
it was
something. It may be a table. It may be you'll just have to watch it, fans, and find out what we go through.
Yeah. And it was such a tight, narrow, like little back room there that we was doing at the Soul Center. And it just worked. I mean, as they were coming down in the different fight scenes and the rooms that are off to the side, it really, it was nice. It was really nice to be able to see everybody work together like that. Oh, Amy's back. Let me get that. All right, Amy. All right, got you. So yeah, Submerge Blue Star will be coming out soon, and with the COVID and everything going on, we really pushed back right now in the galaxy of Subversion, but most definitely, probably that's going to happen before that. Until COVID kind of gets a little bit better, because we got a lot of fight scenes, and it's just a whole nother world dealing with mask and trying to keep everyone safe on set. I think, Grace, you've been on set. Well, Amy, you too, and everybody. It's kind of tough, right? Right now, it's kind of awkward.
I think a lot of places are doing a good job with, recording temperatures a couple weeks out. Everyone gets temperature when they come in. Everyone's wearing masks. A lot of makeup retouches in between. But, so far everyone's been doing a great job social distancing, keeping the masks up, wearing gloves when they need to touch other things. So at least from my experience so far, I just started filming recently. So a little bit more of a pain in the butt. However, it's, to keep everybody safe. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
And so, we're pushed that back a little bit, but we have news for everybody that Grace Kelly is coming on board to be LYTE in the animated series. Right now we're working with a 6-part episodes. We got the overview of what's going to be happening in each one of them, and at least the first draft of the script has been done. And so, we'll be bringing the cast back on. It's going to be a fun piece. Toby John, this was her first time doing animation, and it was just fun to see it all come together. and to see you guys' characters that you act as, but now being able to voice them, it's just amazing to see that. It's kind of like a childhood dream to see your characters as animation. So we're super excited to have you on, Grace, for
Thank
the
you. I'm very
animated series. Yeah. So, was there anything else y'all wanted to
Congratulations.
share?
Thank you.
All right. Did y'all have any thing else you wanted to share with the fans before we sign off here?
Well, I'd like to thank everybody that tuned in. And
Just if you
thank
haven't
all the,
seen, if you have watch, go back.
Oh no.
what?
Go ahead.
I'd like to thank the actresses. I'd like to thank Demetrius for
Flag.
writing this up and allowing me to be part of it and help actors and actresses beat each other up, so to speak. If I could put in a plug, hopefully Demetrius don't mind.
No,
If
go ahead.
everybody wants to follow my outside persona, you can go to MCIW Hotshot Wrestling or Thar Bad Blood on Facebook and follow me doing that personally instead of showing other people how to do it.
Awesome. Amy, what do you have coming up next that you can talk about? Any films or anything?
Well, we Mary that we had to kind of put on hold. Yeah, we Bloody Mary that I did with Still Edge, Alan Wills, that we kind of had to put on hold. We filmed it, it's done, but we were going to do a premiere, and thanks to COVID, we had to pause it. I got to play the villain, which was really awesome, and it's going to be a very creepy film. So, yeah.
All right. Awesome. Paisley?
I haven't stopped working. I've been shooting my own creative content. I shot a feature back in like May. I shoot one tomorrow down in Indy. I just wrapped one up in Michigan, and I got a bunch more. One I'm learning a Romanian accent. Another I'm learning a Scottish accent. So I just haven't. The whole COVID thing hadn't affected me as much as I thought it would. Because like Grace said, they have the gloves, they have the hand sanitizer, they got the mask, they've been keeping the precautions going, and so far I haven't heard of any problems. So as long as they keep doing that, I'm just gonna keep auditioning, keep showing up on set, and be happy that I'm a working actor.
Gotcha. Well, that's awesome. Grace?
I've had actually a few things come out on Vudu and Amazon Prime. Kadio World Within. I was in that with James Phelps and Corbin Burnson. That actually just got out this week. I'm very excited about it. I'm working on a couple different projects. Can't really say what they are right now, but staying busy and looking forward to playing LYTE and showing you guys who she is and what she can do.
Yes. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations to all you guys for all your hard work and what you're working on. Just keep at it. And I appreciate everything you've done to bring life to my characters. When I think of these characters, I can only think of you. So I really appreciate that. And Larry Jones, dude, you rock, man. For trying to keep everybody safe as they're doing the fight choreography as much as possible, and just bringing some really cool things to the
I don't think
Submerge
anybody's gotten hurt.
Well, we got 2 episodes
Not
that say
badly.
some people got hurt, but it wasn't because of you. No.
No, I think one person got a bloody nose and cried,
No.
but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that.
Sorry, Jerry.
But yeah. But again, I appreciate everybody, and we appreciate the fans out there for all of your support.
Yes.
We are still going, and if you can go like everybody's pages and support them as they go along in their journey as creatives and also actors. They're doing amazing things, and also Bad Blood. Follow them on their page. Again, my name is Demetrius Witherspoon. I am the writer and creator of the Submerge Universe series. Follow us on Submerge Universe on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also, you can watch the films on our website, DV Entertainment Pictures, Amazon Prime, Roku, and also our newly Submerge Universe TV. You really want to start watching that because we're going to have more content coming to you. Thank you, everybody, for doing this. Awesome.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, fans.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody. Paisley, Amy, Grace, Demetrius.
Bye.
Well, as you know, it's been fun.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks for
Bye.
getting submerged, everybody. All right.
Bye, everybody.